Okay, so you can take a seat or lie down, closing the eyes, opening the palms, and taking a few deep breaths. And then resting your awareness to the breath. And just allowing your form to become hollow. Just breathe and relax. And getting to this feeling or understanding on some level that when we accept what is and when we are moving through the energy of things without doing anything with that, without understanding, without needing to find out things about it, when we say yes to life as it presents itself, when we say yes to letting go of all of the control and then also just meeting all of the energies, actually what's happening is that the form shifts into a hollow, transparent manifestation. And I found myself saying today to someone, this is our neutralization reincarnation. And I had a big smile on my face because I love it when words sort of like rhyme. This is our neutralization incarnation. So we're holding all that we are in neutrality, which is actually the complete opposite of workshopping, trying to control, trying to fix something in the past that cannot be fixed there. It happened. We just have to accept it and we have to release the charge within us. And then we are starting to empty out. We are starting to, by our neutrality around the unfolding, we are starting to sort of dissolve everything. So where a world is busy with becoming something, if anything, we are unbecoming. So just breathe and relax and allow yourself to unbecome today and to the identity that might seem daunting because then what is left, or then who am I, or then how is life still going to happen, or then how am I going to do the basic things in life? Well, you're still doing all of these things. Life will still happen. Every opportunity that is meant to come your way will still come your way. Everything you need to go through, you will still go through. But you're starting to recognize that actually life is this loving vibration that is ushering up and out everything, that is shifting the separate entity, the seemingly cut off entity, merging that back with the one, and allowing that form to shift into its formless manifestation, into its transparent see-through manifestation. And I know that many of you are empaths, probably all of you. Many of you are very sensitive human beings, probably all of you. You can probably feel into other people very well on whatever way that you do that. And the more you accept and love yourself, the more that ability then also expands. However, I would like to invite you to look beyond that, even to look beyond that, because this is where everything will start to work for you. Because being an empath and being sensitive is an exhausting way of being in the world. You can almost think what people think. You can hear things that aren't even articulated. You can feel things, you know things. And because of this lack of self-love, I don't want to say it like that, but because of this not putting yourself first, what you have been doing is you've been accommodating your surroundings. So we're here with a group of accommodators. So if that is you, just first of all, acknowledge that hey, I'm an accommodator. I'm a sensitive being. I'm an empath, and I've always been trying to navigate my way around my surroundings, being what they needed me to be, matching their energy, whatever that is. Okay? This is not wrong, this is not bad. However, there is something more possible for you, and that more that is possible for you is something that becomes possible when you allow your own form to hollow out, when you allow yourself, when you allow life to be the entry point through which you connect, not just to whatever there is vibrationally, emotionally, on any level of anything that you can tap into, but you fall beyond that inside yourself. And what you meet there, when you go deep enough inside yourself, when you don't stay in this level where your empathy resides, where your emotions reside, and your feelings and thoughts and all these things, when you fall even deeper, behind every wave of everything, there is peace. So all of a sudden, where maybe from a rather fear-based way you were navigating life, trying to accommodate, when you rest into the peace that is available inside yourself, you will start to feel safe. So the falling beyond the form that is happening here, beyond the emotionality, beyond even beyond gifts and abilities, because those can be tricky. So falling beyond all of that, then we can also find a field of love, and we can find a field of light, because it's the foundational ground of all of reality. Now, the more you commit to yourself, the more you hold space for whatever wants to come up, and the more you don't stop there, but you are falling even deeper inside yourself, and you're anchoring yourself in the peace, in the love, and in the light, which is where you deserve to live. Creation is taking care of all the rest. You deserve to live in the truth. And actually, your biggest contribution, no matter what you do, if you are a creator, if you work with people, if you coach people, if you create movies, if you, whatever that is, if you're just a family person and you're there for your family, the biggest gift you can give everybody is to fall beyond yourself, your personal self. And the more you do that, the more everything starts to dissolve, and the vessel starts to reflect this essence. Everything starts to neutralize, your neutralization incarnation. Now, how does that translate to you being out there in the world? Where you used to get stuck in perceiving the unconscious of others, you fall through the unconscious of others and you're perceiving the light, you're perceiving the truth, you're perceiving the peace. And then all of a sudden, what you're doing in this world, no matter what that expression is so effortless, and it's so beautiful. Because where people insist on being limited, where you have learned to accommodate, where you have merged yourself around your surroundings, you don't need to do any of that. You look straight at the person through the unconscious into the truth of everything. And I would love for you to live like this, because I would love for myself to live like this. I feel how delicious it is to live like this, to live in an untouchable, eternal truth that dwells within everything, and to see that your service, especially if you are already this empathic energy in the world, is to dare to let go of that layer, to dare to let go of the need to influence reality, to dare to let go of needing to help and support everybody, but instead seeing the truth in them. And maybe that is supporting everyone. In the end of the day, we are all returning home, to embody the home, to be in the presence of home, in the truth. It anchors yourself here as light for your luminous, as love for your warm and fuzzy, as peace because you're spacious. And this way, everything starts to match this truth. Everything starts to become a pure reflection of the light that you are, of the love that you are. Every word is flowing out through that frequency. Every step you take is bringing the ground underneath you, that frequency. You recognizing it within you, you sort of walking hand in hand with it, you know? It's like when you get married, if you got married, and I'm sorry if this is a sore subject for some people that maybe got married and then divorced, but let's say you're wearing a ring. So what if you could wear, I have a poem that says, wear your light gown to consciously walk with this jacket of light, to consciously walk in the feeling-based tonality and the complete embodiment of this web that is woven through all of reality. And seeing that this will also take off the pressure of life. It will take off how incredibly much life can sting. When you feel everything inside you, when you open your heart, when you start to feel and pick up so many things that your system doesn't know how to process all the information, which can happen for empaths and can happen if you're shifting in your awareness and in your level of consciousness. I want you to know that if that is intense, it's just a phase, to keep breathing and to keep moving through everything inside yourself and falling beyond it. Choosing to wear your light as a gown. Choosing to wear a jacket of peace. Choosing to wear loving pants every morning, every moment, every breath, actually. You know, I think it's 3 years ago now that I had this experience where I was pulled out of my body. And this is, of course, one of many experiences, but this was very profound because I was pulled out of my body. There were these winds washing through me. I was put back in, and for 48 hours, I experienced everything through the lens of being, through the lens of the light, through an uncluttered, non-personal lens. And I know that this is what's possible. I know that this is what our lifetime is about. And so recognizing that if you're here, this is what your lifetime is about. If you feel committed to keep on returning, this is what your lifetime is about. It's not so much about being the creator that you are, or being the people supporter that you are, or being the parent that you are, or the grandparent that you are, or whatever, the friend that you are. It is doing all of these things because they're a part of this beautiful unfolding and how you place yourself in the world. But it is being this deeper truth. It is living life from essence. And I can tell you that there was no past in me. There was no what people refer to as pain body in me. There was clarity in me. It didn't matter who was in front of me. Everyone was sort of in this sparkling, luminous presence, like light filled and just so loving, and everything felt so loving. And so I know that what you tap into here as a glimpse, you will live as. And it's about committing to the field. I'm calling it the field right now, but you can say committing to God, committing to pure love, committing to creation, committing to your soul, to being, whatever resonates for you, but to commit to the space beyond all things that is actually the foundation of all things at the same time, is to commit to living life like embodied being. It was completely embodied being. The lens, the perspective of the infinite was fully and completely landed in every part of my perception. And for the most part, I experience life like this now, you know, always seeing the light, always feeling the potential of the love, seeing this clarity in people. You know, sometimes when you feel in love, you can feel like you can see the cosmos in people's eyes. Well, everybody's eyes look like the cosmos from this state. So starting to recognize that no matter how challenging it sometimes can be to go through certain stages or move through certain energies, or when life shows you certain things and things seem to be taken away or coming back or whatever, that this is what we're moving into. It is your neutralization reincarnation and the embodiment of essence, the feeling-based tonality of the truth of all things will be your experience of life. And I love, 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 love articulating this. Why? Because if something happens in sessions and somebody comes into your life and it's amazing, that's amazing. And you have this feeling and it's yours to live from. If you are diagnosed with an illness, that can be quite a challenging thing. And you have this truth as a feeling-based tonality. So the feeling-based tonality of essence and being will always be bigger than the perceived highs, the perceived lows, than when life gives you what you think you want, or when life takes away the very thing you thought you couldn't live without. So it's beyond this causality. It's beyond this trying to figure out how different layers impact each other. Let's just be in the layer that is not impacted by anything, and that is the foundation of everything. It is so simplistic. And we often get so lost, especially as sensitive people, so lost in the seemingly complex path. It's not complex. From here, from unity consciousness, from the truth of all things, it's not complex. There's one light, one love, one presence. Every experience is a part of life loving you into liberating and realizing that you are love. You can say yes to it, you can move through the things, and you can call upon or call forth the field that you are. The more you do that, the more you start to perceive it in everything. And of course, I've been eternally grateful for this 48-hour glimpse, because it functioned as an anchor in days that life was challenging me, in days that I also didn't know anything more than I have to keep breathing. And that's all I can do today. So it's not to say that saying yes to the soul that you are isn't also saying yes to every intensity leaving your system and every circumstance happening around you to facilitate that, so that you can actually anchor yourself and know yourself as a deeper truth within it and beyond it. So it's not necessarily every day easy. It's a journey of courage, but also letting go of what you thought was real and true. To challenge that takes a lot of courage. Also to let go of energies that you held on to because you thought this is how you can control reality. It takes courage. It just takes courage because essentially you're letting go of all of you, all of the you that you previously knew yourself as and lived as. So one, it takes courage. Two, it can be intense. Three, boy, is it beautiful. Boy, is it simplistic. What we are becoming aware of is how much we've gotten entangled in a matrix that is just too complex for anyone to figure out, for anyone to navigate. So why should we figure it out? Why can't we navigate it infinitely? And committing to this, navigating it from the infinite being that you are, oh, if you ask me, it's time best spent on this planet. And it is how you make the love and the light and the presence accessible. It is how you shift into a little spark of peace, embodied peace, because your deeper truth has always resided in peace. And in doing so, being a frequency or a potential for this whole world to live as peace. Same counts for love. Same counts for the light, this vibrant, jolly version of you that gets lost in the seriousness and trying to figure things out, taking care of children, paying the bills, you name it. But how about we can meet each situation from the fullness of our being anyways? How about we can decide to be peaceful even if chaos is leaving our system? How about we can decide to be loving even if rage is pulling out of us? Because of course, there's a lot of that. We're a part of the human race. The fear, letting it come out, because we're part of the human race in a different way. Like we're racing through life. Everything stressed, everything overwhelmed. And the key word is and I am the light, calling it forth, and I am the love, calling it forth, and I am the peace. And no matter what you're doing, you can tell yourself, I am still that. It's unshakable. It's unshakable to me. I would love for it to be unshakable to you. Just taking a breath and letting everything that no longer serves you just flow up and out. Not because it was wrong or bad, but because it was a part of a misunderstanding. It were energies and ways and programming and conditioning that you felt you had to hold on to because you thought the world wasn't safe, that you felt you had to hold on to because you didn't really have access to your true nature. So allowing yourself to receive this upgrade. And this upgrade is the unbecoming, the neutralizing everything. And what is left is the eternal. What is left, no matter what life is taking away or doing, is always the eternal truth. When the body leaves, you don't. When people bounce out of your life, the love doesn't go anywhere. You have access to the highest always. Nobody can give it to you. You can allow yourself to have it, for you are it. Just allowing every part of your experience to catch up vibrationally with your infinite truth. And sometimes that means a lot of heightened emotionality coming up, and sometimes that means sensations in the body. Sometimes that even might mean a little pain in the body or movement, the body moving, or some sounds, whatever. It doesn't matter how it looks, but just allowing your form to house your infinite nature, to house your being, and to see that living from that is always a win. Living from that is always the solution to whatever you perceive to be a problem. Living from that, when you feel love in your heart, it takes the rough edge off of everything. When you feel a freedom inside you, it takes all the rough edges out. So seeing if we can no longer commit to the things that we feel we want as human beings, but go straight to the highest source, the source of all things. And allowing yourself to receive it, to breathe it, to be it, and allowing yourself to see that nothing is eliminating you from it. It doesn't matter how you think. It doesn't change the truth about you. It doesn't matter what you believe in. It doesn't change the truth about you. It doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter what you feel. It doesn't matter what set of circumstances you've been through, are going through, or will go through. Nothing can change the truth. The question is, will you allow yourself to live from it? So feeling everything shift, feeling everything open, feeling this inherent beauty of your being present. And then allowing it to ripple out into the room, feeling its presence in front of you, behind you, to your left, to your right, below you, above you. And then seeing that ripple out, enveloping your home, recognizing that every person in your home carries this same truth, that every set of eyes that you gaze in is sharing the same light, connected to the truth of everyone, expanding that to your neighborhood, your city, your village, your country, and seeing that you can walk around in your country, and where before you were just surviving your sensitivity or all the ways in which you picked up everything for everyone, now everything is a net contributor to the light that you are, to the love that you are, to the presence that you are. Because in truth, when you connect to the infinite within you and when you relate to the infinite truth in all things, you will continuously receive the infinite truth out of everything and everyone. Funny that. So allowing your sensitivity to shift into an infinite truth receiving machine, looking past what you have been programmed to see, to feel, to experience, and seeing, feeling, and experiencing the truth in everything and everyone. Anchoring yourself deep within, looking through the illusion of incompletion, of the form and phenomenon, and going directly into the source. Receiving the infinite out of everything and expanding that into your continent and then the whole globe. And just picturing for a moment what this globe would look like and reflect if every human being wouldn't meet the presentation in front of them, the mannerisms, the beliefs, the feelings in front of them, but would perceive the truth beyond it through every form. How would the world look? How would the world feel? And the beautiful thing is that when you are that human that is living life like that, everything looks like that. Everything feels like that. Because this is oneness, baby. Taking a breath. And on the exhale, start moving down through the layers of the earth, spotting your continent, your country, your city, village, street, neighborhood, your house, your room, your body, and breathing in all of that energy, all of that infinite potential, all of that glorious beauty, opening the pelvis, letting it fall through into the earth. Because as much as we expand upwards, we actually fall downwards. That is the neutralization reincarnation. As much up as down. You can open your eyes, keeping the gaze soft. And just becoming aware of that potential to allow your sensitivity to shift into this ability to perceive and receive the infinite truth in everyone. This is freedom, this is empowerment. This is when life starts to get truly fun and not this heavy burden that it's been on some of you. I know it's been like that for me in the past. And I know how delicious it feels to not have it have to be like that. So here I am advocating on the behalf of you being able to live like that. Yay. Bringing your awareness all the way back. Thank you.